right, good evening. This is the old man coming to you on the evening before Palm Sunday 2022. So I'm going to give you a brief reading from Mark chapter 11, verses 1 to 14. And it's titled The Triumphal Entry. Now when they drew near Bethlehem to Bethphage and Bethany at the Mount of Olives, he sent two of his disciples and said to them, "Go into the village opposite you, and as soon as you have entered it, you will find a colt tied, on which no one has sat. Loose it and bring it. And if anyone says to you, 'Why are you doing this?' say, 'The Lord has need of it,' and immediately he will send it here." So they went their way and found the colt tied by the door outside the street, and they loosed it. But some of those who stood there said to them, "What are you doing loosing the colt?" And they spoke to them just as Jesus had commanded. So they let them go. Then they brought the colt to Jesus and threw their clothes on it, and he sat on it. And many spread their clothes on the road, and others cut down leafy branches from the trees and spread them on the road. And those who went before and those who followed cried out, saying, "Hosanna! Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. Blessed is the kingdom of our father David that comes in the name of the Lord. Hosanna in the highest." And Jesus went into Jerusalem and into the temple. So when he had looked around at all these things, as the hour was already late, he went out to Bethany with the 12. And the next day, when they had come out from Bethany, he was hungry. And seeing afar a fig tree having leaves, he went to see perhaps if he would find something on it. When he came to it, he found nothing but leaves, for it was not the season for figs. In response, Jesus said to it, "Let no one eat fruit from you ever again." And the disciples heard it. Now, as we are getting into the Easter season, we know what happens after this. We have the Last Supper, the betrayal of Judas, and of course the crucifixion, and ultimately Christ's return. Which is the most important aspect of what this season is all about. And we need to remember that he already came back once. And that was after the 3 days. And then he ascended into heaven. But he is coming back again. For his disciples had asked him, how would they know that when he was returning, and he gave them signs. Now, all my life, and the life of many of the older people on here, people have been saying that we were in the end of times. But if you look at what is going on in the world today, it is way worse than ever we thought it was when we used to say that back when we were kids. Now, I cannot say when he is returning. I just know it's soon. But I also know that our timetable is not the same as God's timetable. but it is pressed upon my heart that he is coming back soon. So we need to get ready. We need to be like the parable he told about the 10 virgins who were invited to the wedding, and they were supposed to keep watch for the bridegroom, and 5 of them had oil for their lamps and 5 that did not. And the 5 that did not went to the 5 who did and said, let us have some of your oil. And they said, no, go get your own oil. So while they were away, the bridegroom came back. And the 5 who were ready went into the wedding with the bridegroom. And the 5 who were not ready finally had the oil, and they came back. They knocked on the door, and the bridegroom opened it and said, I don't know you. Be gone. We need to be like the 5 who were ready. And that's what this whole season that we are in is all about. So if you don't have the oil for your lamp, you better get it, because he's coming soon. That's all I can say. And it's something for you to think about.